Hello. Today in this session we are going to see the divisibility test. In many aptitude tests you get the questions like whether the given number is divisible by 3, 9, 11, 13 and so on. So how you can find out that whether that number is divisible by the divisor or not. So we'll see the certain divisibility test here. For example, first is divisibility by 2. So if you want to find out whether the given number is divisible by 2 or not, so if it contains 0, 2, 4, 6 and 8 in its unit place, then that number will be divisible by 2. 0, 2, 4, 6 and 8. If any number contains these numbers in its unit place, then that number will be divisible by 2. For example, if I say 256, so it contains 6, so it will be divisible by 2. If I say 1, 0, 5, 8, so again it contains 8 in its unit place, so it will be divisible by 2. So it's very easy to check whether the number is divisible by 2 or not. Now for next is divisibility by 3. So you want to find out whether the given number is divisible by 3 or not. So what you have to do here is, you have to add all the digits, and if the sum of the digits is divisible by 3, then that number will also be divisible by 3. For example, if I say 16404, so I'll add all the digits, 1 plus 6 plus 4 plus 0 plus 4, so that is nothing but equals to 1 plus 6, that is 7, plus 4, 11, plus 4, that is 15, and 15 is divisible by 3, so therefore 16404 will also be divisible by 3. So again we'll see the next one also. For example, 2 plus 2 plus 6 plus 6 plus 4, so 2 plus 2, that is 4, plus 6, that is 10, plus 4, 16 plus 4, that is 20, and 20 is not divisible by 3, so therefore 22664 will not be divisible by 3. So to check whether number is divisible by 3, so you have to just add all the digits and the sum that you are getting. If that sum is divisible by 3, then the given number will be divisible by 3. So that is the divisibility test for 3. Now divisibility by 4. So to check whether the number is divisible by 4, you have to just check last two digits of that given number. If the last two digits of that number is divisible by 4, then that whole number will be divisible by 4. For example, here 1352. So I'll see the last two digits, that is 52, and 52 is divisible by 4. So this number will be divisible by 1352 will be divisible by 4. So 52, because 52 goes in 13's table. So if you divide 52 divided by 4, you will get 13. So that is 52 is divisible by 4. So 1352 will also be divisible by 4. Now we'll see the next one, 496138. So again see the last two digits. Now it is 38, and 38 is not divisible by 4. So therefore this number 496138 will not be divisible by 4. If it would have been here 36, so the whole number would have been divisible by 4, because 36 is divisible by 4. So to check the number, whether the number is divisible by 4, you have to just check last two digit of that number. If that last two digit is divisible by 4, then whole number will be divisible by 4. So this is the divisibility by 4. Now we'll see the divisibility by 5. So for any number to be divisible by 5, if it contains 0 or 5 in its unit place, then that number will be divisible by 5. If I say example, simple example, if I say 65, so 65 is divisible by 5 because it contains 5 in its unit place. If I say 120, it contains 0 in its unit place, so this will also be divisible by 5. So it should contain 0 or 5. If I say 13335, 0, so this is also divisible by 5 because it contains 0. 1, 2, 7, 5. This is also divisible by 5 because it contains 5 in its unit place. So it's very easy to just check the whether unit place is 5 or 0. Now we'll see the next, that is divisibility by 7 and 13. So the same procedure for 7 and for 13. So what you have to do here is there is some calculation here. First you have to make a group of 3 numbers starting from the right. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 here. So 7, 9, 2, 5, 3, 7. This is one group. This is one group, and remaining is 4. That is one digit. And here also, what you will do here is in this number, group of 3 from the right, and so 1, 5, 8, 3, 7, 5, 6. Now what you have to do here is you have to take the sum of all the values at the odd place and sum of all the values at even place and subtract them. For example, odd place means you have to start from the right. So this will consider as odd, this will consider as even, this will be considered odd, and so on. So what we are going to do here is we'll take the sum of all the numbers at odd places. So we'll take this as 7, 9, 2 plus 4. So this is the odd place, that is first and third place. Then minus the number at the even places, sum of even. So there is this even place value is just 5, 3, 7. There is no other values. So what you have to do, you have to take the sum of the numbers at odd places, that is first place, this is second, so this is even, then third place, fourth place, and so on. So odd place 7, 9, 2 plus 4 minus 5, 3, 7. So this will be 7, 9, 6 minus 5, 3, 7. So if we subtract them, so what we're going to get, this will be here 9. So it will be here 5 and 2. So it will be 259. So 259. So now we are going to check whether 259 is divisible by 7. If it is divisible by 7, so this will be the whole number will be divisible by 7. And if this number is divisible by 13, so that whole number will be divisible by 13. So now if we check in the table of 7, so 7 into 3, that is 21, 4 will be carried forward, that is 49. So this number is divisible by 7. So if this number is divisible by 7, so therefore this 4, 5, 3, 7, 7, 9, 2 will also be divisible by 7. If you see this number is not divisible by 13, so this number will not be divisible by 13, but it is divisible by 7. Similar way we'll go for 13 also. For example, 1, 5, 8 and 7, 5, 6. We'll check whether these numbers, again we'll make a group of 3 from the right, 7, 5, 6 and 1, 5, 8. Then do the subtraction of the numbers. So this is a odd place, this is even. So 7, 5, 6 minus 1, 5, 8. So if we subtract them, so what we are going to get here is 8, and this will 1 is carried forward, so this will be 9. So 1 is also carried forward here, so 6, that will be 5. So 598. So now we'll see that whether this number is divisible by 7. So 7 into 8, 56. 56, 3 will be carried, 38, and 38 is not divisible by 7. So this number is not divisible by 7. So this number will not be divisible by 7. We'll see for 13. So if you see 13 into 4, that is 52, and 7 is carried for 78. 13 into 6, that is 78. So this number is divisible by 13. And this number is divisible by 7. So we got that this number is not divisible by 7, but it is divisible by 13. So if this number is divisible by 13, then 1, 5, 8, 7, 5, 6 will be divisible by 13. So this is how we can find out whether the given number is divisible by 7 or divisible by 13. The same procedure you have to follow for 7 and 13. What you have to do, for the given number, just first make a group of 3 numbers from the right hand side. So here 4, 5, 3, 2, 5, 3, 7, 7, 9, 2. So 7, 9, 2 will be one group, 5, 3, 7 will be another group, and remaining 4 will be another. So you have to take the sum of the numbers at odd places. So this will be odd. Right hand side you have to take from the right hand side. This is the first 1, 2, 3 and so on. So odd place values is 7, 9, 2 plus this is the third place value, so 4. So 7, 9, 2 plus 4 minus 5, 37, that is even place value. So you have to subtract, and if you get that value after subtracting, if that value is divisible by 7, so that whole number will be divisible by 7. If that number is divisible by 13, then whole number will be divisible by 13. In some cases it will be divisible by 7 as well as 13, so that number will be divisible by both the numbers. And if you are getting that number is not divisible by 7 also, not divisible by 13 also, then the given number will not be divisible by 7 or 13. So this is for divisibility by 7 and 13. Now we'll see the divisibility by 8. For divisibility by 8, what you have to do, you have to see the last 3 digits of the given number. So if the last 3 digit is divisible by 8, then the whole number will be divisible by 8. If you see here 178024, so 024. 024 is divisible by 8, that is 24 here. So 24 is divisible by 8, so this number will also be divisible by 8. Now we'll see the next one also, 152. So the last 3 digit is 152. Whether the last 3 digit is divisible by 8, so 8 into 1, that is 8. So 7 will be carried forward, that is 72, that is 9. So 152 is also divisible by 8. So this whole number will be divisible by 8. So to check whether the number is divisible by 8 or not, you have to just check the last 3 digit. If that last 3 digit is divisible by 8, then the whole number will be divisible by 8. So this is divisibility by 8. Now next is divisibility by 9. For divisibility by 9, you have to follow the same procedure that we have followed for 3. In 3, what we have done? We have added all the digits, and if that digit is divisible by 3, then the whole number will be divisible by 3. Similarly, in 9 also, what we are going to do? We are going to add all the digits. For example, here 2 plus 4 plus 6 plus 5 plus 9 plus 1. So 2 plus 4 6 plus 6 12. 12 plus 5 17 plus 9 26 plus 1 27. So 27 is divisible by 9. So therefore 2 4 6 5 9 1 is divisible by 9. So in this, what you have to do, you have to add all the digits. If the sum of that digits is divisible by 9, then that whole number will be divisible by 9. So same procedure that we have followed in divisibility of 3. Now next is divisibility by 11. How you can find out whether the number is divisible by 11? So in this, what you have to do, again you have to take the values at the odd places, starting from the right hand side. So you have to add all the values at the odd places, and you have to add all the values at the even places and subtract them. So we'll take the example here. For example, we'll take the sum of all the values at odd places. So starting from the right hand side. So this is first, third, fifth, and 7th. So 7 plus 4 plus 3 plus 9. So this is how we can take the addition. So 7 plus 4 plus 3 plus 9. So these are the values at the odd places, that is 7, 4, 3, 9. So sum of all the digits at the odd places minus sum of all the digits at the even places. So that is 1 plus 5 plus 4 plus 2. So take the sum of all the digits at the odd places and the sum of digits at the even places. So subtract them. Now for 7 plus 4, that is 11, plus 3, that is 14, plus 9, that is 23. So this will be 23 minus 1 plus 5, 6 plus 4, 10 plus this will be 12. So 23 minus 12, that is nothing but 11. That is 11. So and 11 is divisible by 11. So this number will be divisible by 11. Sorry, this one. So 29435 will be divisible by 11. So for divisibility by 11, what you have to do? You have to do that. Take the sum of all the digits at the odd places, starting from the right, and take the sum of all the digits at even places and subtract them. That is sum of all the digits at odd place minus sum of all digits at even places. And if the difference is divisible by 11 or you are getting 0 also, then that number will be divisible by 11. So similarly you can do for this also. Add the numbers at odd places, that is 2, 8, then 6, then 5, 7, and the sum of all the values at even places, that is 2, 3, 4 and 5. And if the difference is 0, then it is divisible by 11, or you get the numbers like 11, 22, 33, then all these numbers are divisible by 11, so that number, the whole number will be divisible by 11. So this is the divisibility by 11. So now if you want to check the divisibility by other numbers like 10, so we'll see the how to check the divisibility by 10. So that's very easy. So divisibility by 10, if the any number contains 0 in its unit place, then that number will be divisible by 10. Example 2, 5, 4, 0. So this number is divisible by 10 because it contains 0 in its unit place. So if any number contains 0 in its unit place, that number will be divisible by 10. Now divisibility by 25. So if you want to check whether the number will be divisible by 25 or not, so for 25 you have to check whether the last two digits are 0 and 0 or divisible by 25. If any number contains two zeros in its last places values, that is unit and tens, then that number will be divisible by 25. Example 100. Example 3500, 3700. So if it contains unit and tens place as 0, then that number will be divisible by 25, or it contains the number which is divisible by 25. For example, if I say 375. So 375 is divisible by 25 because it contains 75 in its last two digits are 75, and 75 is divisible by 25. So this number will also be divisible by 25. So for divisibility by 25, you have to check whether the last two digits are 0 or the number which is divisible by 25, that is 25, 75, 50. So if it contains for example 2, 4, 5, 0, then also it is divisible by 25 because 50, that is divisible by 25. So this is how we can check the divisibility by 25. Now there are certain numbers also how you can find out the divisibility by 6, 12, 14, 15, 18, 24. So I'll tell you one theorem that if any number, if I say if any number is divisible by A and that number is also divisible by B, then that number will be divisible by A into B. A into B. For example, there is a one number n, that n is divisible by A, that n is divisible by B, then that n will also be divisible by A into B, provided that A and B are co-prime numbers. Co-prime numbers, that is, they should not have any common factor other than 1. So that number will be divisible by A into B. For example, if I say 6, so how you can find out whether the given number will be divisible by 6 or not? So if any number is divisible by 2 and that number is also divisible by 3, then that number will be divisible by 6 also, that is 2 into 3, that is 6. If I say if any number is divisible by 2, that number is also divisible by 3, then that number will be divisible by 6 also, because 2 and 3 are co-prime numbers. So if you multiply that numbers, you will get 6, and that given number will also be divisible by 6. So how you find out for 12? So if you want to find out whether the given number is divisible by 12, so that number should be divisible by 3 and 4 both. So 3 and 4 both are co-prime numbers. So if that number is divisible by 3 and that number is also divisible by 4, then that number will be divisible by 12 as well. For example, 14. So for 14, that number should be divisible by 2 as well as 7. For 15, the number should be divisible by 3 as well as 5. For 18, the number should be divisible by 2 and 9. 2 and 9. You can say 6 into 3. If I say 18 is also 6 into 3. But 6 and 3 are not co-prime numbers. So 6, if the number is divisible by 6 and also divisible by 3, so it's not necessary it will be divisible by 18. Because they are not co-prime numbers. So 2 and 9. If that number is divisible by 2, that number is also divisible by 9. Then 2 into 9, that is 18. So that given number will also be divisible by 18. 24. So for 24, it will be which two numbers you are going to take? Because 24, so 6 into 4, they are not co-prime numbers. So it will be 3 and 8. 3 into 8, 24. So if the number is divisible by 3 as well as 8, then the whole number will also be divisible by 24. So these are the certain divisibility tests that you can use in your examination. In many aptitude tests, you get such type of questions. Hope you have understood. If you have any query or any doubt, you can comment your doubt in the comment section. So we'll solve your problems. Thank you. Hope you understood.